No, this isn't going to be a competitive $30 structure deck. The title is Sarcasm. Anyways, how's it going, dragons? I have these 3 structure decks right here, the newly released Cyberstrike structure decks. So this brings us, of course, new support for Cyberdarks and also Cyberdragons, apparently, but the support for Cyberdragons is mainly going to give you like this nice OTK build. And I know in my analysis of this product I was kind of harsh on it, but this is genuinely one of the best products of the year. So I'm going to start opening this, and then after I go through all the cards and maybe talk about them a little bit, I'll just, you know, make a $30 competitive deck with only these 3 structure decks. So as I open it here, of course, starting off with ultra rare Cyberdark Chimera, plus the classic paper mat that comes in here. Looks pretty cool, honestly. If I were to use the paper mat, I'd probably use this one. But, you know, I have this better mat, so I'm just gonna stick with this for now. Then, you know, beginner's guide and Duel Link stuff, the usual. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna bring a lot of content of deck profiles and stuff involving these cards because, you know, Cyber Dragons are awesome, and now I could also do Cyberdarks, which I didn't really get to before, mainly because they're pretty bad, but now they're playable and they could be a pretty decent control deck. Even a little smell. Okay, Cyberdark Chimera, of course, this is our Power Bond search card. Cyberdark Realm, I keep wanting to refer to this as Cyberdark World. I'm not going to. Cyber End Dragon, the ultra rare. These look pretty cool so far in the ultra rare, I must say. And here we have Cyberdark End Dragon. I'm also gonna just toss that aside. Cyberdark, they look pretty interesting. This looks. No, I need to move my cards down a little bit. Sorry if I've got a little bit out of frame here. Cybernetic Horizon. I thought this would look better as a super rare, but ultra rare is good too. Another super rare Hertz. So this is a super rare reprint for Cyber Dragon Hertz. That's a good reprint. They should have made this V or something, I'll be honest. Infinite Impermanence. Yep. The reprint, you know, the Ash Blossom of this structure deck. You know, you can't see this and not think of the Soul Burner structure deck. I think the structure deck is already like doubled in MSRP just because of this card. Then we have the trash attachment cyber. I mean, not trash. It's good support. Yeah, sponsor me, Konami. Just kidding. They should have done the dark art of that. It would look better with Cyberdarks. Zwei, Dre, Veer, which is still a common. Common Naxter. This looks weird. Another common core. I wish this was turned into an ultra, or at least another super, but it's fine. Pharaohs, a Cyber Valley, Cyber Phoenix. Now getting into the Cyberdarks, we have Cyberdark Horn, Cyberdark Edge. This is the best out of the basic Cyberdarks, by the way. Cyberdark Keel. Then we get to the search cards, the Cannon, the Claw, Jizukiru. This is a pretty good card for Cyber Dragons. It's weird to see this here in this structure deck, but I'm pretty sure that is a good reprint outside of the, what's it called? Because I know it got reprinted in the 2020 tins. I don't know if it still has value. Definitely not now because of the common. Gale Dogra, it's not the greatest. Cyber Eternal, I like special summons a Cyber Dragon fusion monster, something from the graveyard. Cyber Repair Plant, Common Emergency. I remember this being really hard to get a hold of, so that's good. Cyberload Fusion as a common, Cyberdark Impact, Cyber Inferno, Future Fusion, just putting a lot of GX cards, Machine Duplication. Now, my machine dupes are in really poor condition, so I'm gonna actually play this one, and I only have commons anyways. Limiter Removal. Now we're getting into Cyberdark Invasion. This is a really good trap card for Cyberdarks. Cyberdark Revolution. Powerwall. This is the one that Zane uses in the anime, but it's not nearly as good. Called the Haunted. Ilizo Canadia, just in case you want to make it controlly. And Overflow. And then we have a few more extra deck cards. Overdragon, Cyberdarkness Dragon, Cyberdark Dragon, then Power Bond, and Overload Fusion. Alright, so I finally have the cards organized for the deck. So, I'm not putting them in sleeves. I don't have time to. So just, yeah, I want to say deal with it so badly, so deal with it. A 40 card main deck, 15 card extra deck, because you have exactly 15 cards in the extra deck, so why not just have all 15 cards? Plays around Dogmatica Maximus, or whatever its name was, I forgot. I'm pretty sure it was Maximus. Anyways, triple Cyber Dragon. It's a good card, special summon for a free extender. And I don't know why I did that, but anyways, we're playing Machine Duplication, so just gonna have these as like fusion materials. 3 copies of Core. This searches out a bunch of cards that you need. It's essentially 1 card OTK. Unfortunately not in the budget build, in this build. Since we're only using 3 of the structure decks, we don't have access to Chimeritic Rampage Dragon. If we did, that would be amazing. And we also only have fusion monsters, so no Links or XCs. 3 Naxxter. This is mainly because you could use it to cheat off and summon Cyberdark Chimera without normal summoning it or using Cyberdark Realm. And mainly for this deck, we kind of want to just turbo into Cyberdark End Dragon. So then we have 3 copies of Hertz. Even though we don't have Galaxy Soldier, I figured I should put this at 3 just because of Cybernetic Horizon, which I am maxing out on, so we could get the extra deck sends and more plays like that. And then starting to get into the Cyberdark pieces. 3 copies of Claw. This lets you add a lot of the Cyberdark spells, like Realm and Horizon, you can add off. And also fuels your graveyard with Cyberdarks, because I'm going to play like a slightly larger Cyberdark build in here, Cyberdark package, because if we can't go into Cyberdark and Dragon, our next option is going to be mainly Cyberdarkness Dragon, which I believe we could probably fairly easily make with about 3 cards, I'd say. Like just get some Cyberdarks going. You should be good to make it. Cyberdark Cannon. Playing this at 3 also. This is mainly for what you see here, Cyberdark Edge. I'll just reveal it now. 1 copy of Cyberdark Edge. So 3 Cannon, 1 Edge. This is mainly just because you can dump more Cyberdarks to the graveyard easier. So you pitch this, search Edge if you want. Then you could even, if you're desperate, normal summon Edge. A lot of times Edges are going to be more graveyard fuel and stuff to add off of Realm if needed. Then the last Cyberdark is only a single copy of Chimera. I felt that it was kind of breaking and space was getting pretty tight. But you could definitely run more of this. And it won't be harmful. I just figured that it would be better like this. Then next there's 3 copies of Cyber Emergency, getting into the spell cards. Just add your core, all your Cyber Dragon monsters if you need it, and it's just really great. You know, one of the best searchers. Then also we have Cyberdark Realm. This card is amazing. This is probably the best card out of the structure deck as far as new support. It lets you add a Cyberdark to a hand, and then you could normal summon it additionally. Well, it doesn't have to be that specific one, but you could just normal summon a Cyberdark from your hand, and then also has another effect with Cyberdarks where that allows you to equip from your opponent's graveyard, I believe, so that's pretty cool. Next, I have 3 copies of Cybernetic Horizon. Now, in like a OTK build for Cyber Dragons, where I have access to all the cards I want, I'd probably play this only out 1, but since we kind of want to fuel our graveyard with Cyberdarks and send extra deck pieces to the graveyard, this is more necessary. And then 3 Overload Fusions, since we want to really just fusion summon a bunch. Overload Fusion is good for that. Next, just 1 Power Bond because it's kind of a garnet. Then for the last spells, 3 Machine Duplication because you have all of your baby Cyber Dragons here. About 9 targets, I believe, for your Machine Dupe, and it just helps you get a bunch of bodies on the field for either fusion materials or just in general for more OTK power. Next, for the traps, starting with 1 Cybernetic Overflow just in case. I mean, you go first, I suppose. This isn't really gonna do too well going first though. And then of course, since it's in there, just 3 Imperms, just play it, bro. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. I kind of go into the extra deck a little bit. Starting with 3 Cyberdark End Dragon. You know, I'm not gonna really explain too much of the pieces, just know we're playing literally 3 of everything because there's enough space for it. So 3 Cyberdark End Dragons. I will take these out to make it look more neater though for the time. The 3 Cyberdark End Dragons in this build with only 3 structure decks. We kind of want to turbo this out as much as possible, because while you don't need to necessarily turbo it out, it's probably just the best option. There's a little misprint there in the foil. That is a slight misprint. So yeah, so there's, if you look here, I just noticed this, but on this one, the stars here are slightly darker than the ones there. Yeah, but that's... Oh, is that also us? Oh yeah, I just realized this is kind of a misprint card. Yeah, there's a little bit of bluish things on there. I'll have to also recheck the other cards from that same one to see if those are misprinted. Next up, 3 copies of Cyber Darkness Dragon. This would have probably looked good in Super Rare, but no, it's in common. It's perfectly fine. This is pretty much your alternative when you can't get into Cyberdark End Dragon, and if you do happen to go first, probably try to go into this as much as possible. I know it's a negate, and you just equip stuff with it, you know, classic Cyberdark stuff. Then 3 Cyberdark Dragons. We don't have all the materials, or at least in my build, to make this, hard make this, so pretty much always just going to send this off of Horizon to have an extra material for Cyberdarkness Dragon or Cyberdark End Dragon. Next we have Chimera Tech Overdragon. With enough dumping and everything, you'll be able to make this really big and attack a whole bunch of monsters, so this could be potentially really good for the situation in terms of OTKing. Next, the classic Zane card. Also, this is kind of... Yeah, this is kind of misprinted also more, so I'm gonna have to look into that as well. That looks pretty nice actually with the misprint. Anyways, enough about the misprint. So you're gonna make this with Power Bond pretty much only. You're not really gonna send it off of Horizon because most of the time you're just going to send Cyberdark Dragon to the graveyard most of the time. So you'll be able to like summon this one out more, you know, go full Zane mode, pierce through stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the deck. So that's what I have over there. So overall, it's a really nice structure deck, I will say. I'm really looking forward to using these cards. So yeah, thank you for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, the classic YouTuber thing, because, you know, that'd be awesome. I will look into these misprints, because these are pretty interesting. I've never had a misprint before, so, you know, we'll look into that. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.